Last year, I asked if your voice mattered, if someone was actually listening. 1 year later, 3 years into the People First administration, the answers are no longer just words. They are visible across the 3 senatorial districts of Cross River State. In communities reconnected, opportunities restored, and lives being transformed. The season of sweetness Governor Bassey Otu promised was never meant to be a slogan. It was a vision now taking shape through deliberate action, strategic investments, and a commitment to putting people first. This documentary is about what followed that promise. Welcome, I'm Imani Ode.
Every generation is defined by a moment where leadership meets responsibility, when vision is translated into action, and when the aspirations of the people become the driving force behind governance. For Cross River State, that moment arrived on May 29, 2023, when Senator Bassey Edet Otu assumed office as Executive Governor.
Fellow Cross Riverians, with great humility, I stand before you today to accept the enormous responsibility you've given to me and my brother, Honorable Peter Ode, to say. In the same breath, let me welcome all of you to this moment of history, as this will remain indelible in our career.
He inherited a state blessed with enormous potential, yet confronted by significant challenges. Aged infrastructure, underutilized economic assets, declining investor confidence, mounting fiscal pressure, and the urgent need to restore public trust in government.
What we took into consideration was to make sure that in all activities, it will center around about transforming the life of people and making sure that the state moves along the lines of sustainability and economic progress.
The mandate was clear: rebuild institutions, revive the economy, reconnect communities, empower citizens, and place people at the center of governance. 3 years later, the story unfolding across the state is one of renewal, restoration, and deliberate progress.
From the very day, His Excellency, the Governor said, I do at the His Stadium. It's been work from that day. It's been work for the people of Cross River State. It's been work to change the narrative in Cross River State. And I believe, without blowing our trumpet, that it is there for all Cross Riverians to see the level of transformation that have been in Cross River State in the past 3 years. The road network in Cross River State is different. The light in Cross River State is different. The feeling within the people is different. It's indeed a season of sweetness in Cross River State.
Guided by the People's First agenda, the administration of Governor Bassey Otu has pursued a development philosophy anchored on inclusive growth, institutionalized efficiency, economic revitalization, and sustainable prosperity.
I'm very excited, and I think Governor Prince Bassey Edet Otu will rank among the best governors Cross River State has produced. I say so because some governors come with their signature project, but Senator Prince Bassey Edet Otu's signature project has been to wrap up, do a situation analysis of the last 3 administrations in Cross River State. He's created a gap analysis and find out how to create a gap closure strategy, which is one of the things we've been lacking in the last 12 to 16 years. So what he has done is brought more like economic, ecosystem, and ecological visibility to Cross River State. He has identified some of the legacies of Cross River State that people are not taking advantage of.
The journey began with rebuilding the engine room of governance. Recognizing that strong institutions are the foundation of development, the administration embarked on the rehabilitation and modernization of critical government facilities. The seat of executive leadership underwent significant improvement aimed at creating a more functional and efficient environment for governance.
You agree with me when we assume office, this place was nothing to write home about. And for a government that is promising to do Cross-River well, there was the need for renovation. And that is where we are today. It's a wonderful job. For the first time in history of Cross-River State, that we are having this kind of renovation that looks new structure. You cannot, expect investors to come and, visit you in a filthy environment, and nobody will take you serious. So what we have here is very rewarding structure and something very befitting for our governor to sit in and carry out the operation of, fixing the state.
The Local Government Service Commission also received a renewed attention through the rehabilitation and upgrades designed to strengthen local government administration and improve service delivery at the grassroots level.
Actually, we had promised in our manifesto that anything that is about the people, we try as much as possible to immediately bring them back to life. This happens to be one of the establishments we want to put together immediately. Library is very important, and we want to make sure we put a world standard digital library here as soon as possible.
I know his word is his bond. He had said he wants to bring back the glory of Cross River State Library. So as he has said, I'm not saying he's God, but I know whatever he says, he keeps to his promise.
Equally significant was the rehabilitation of the Cross River State Library, a symbolic and practical investment in education, research, and knowledge development. Once neglected, the library has been restored as a center for learning and intellectual growth, providing students, researchers, and citizens with access to information and educational resources necessary for personal and societal advancement.
This library serves the students, the pupils, the teachers, and in the entire citizenry. I'm sure you can attest to the fact that 2023 I was not looking this radiant, was I? In that interview, I remember how I looked. In fact, I looked like the ruined building itself. And then when His Excellency made that promise, I said, I know his word is his bond. I was certain that he will do it. And today, I look radiant, I glow because I'm proud, because I'm happy.
It's an international standard, the library that we have in Cross River State. And to avail our children and students opportunity to go and reach and impact more knowledge. And people come from outside to, also make use of the library. And they are happy and comfortable with the serene environment. New people have been employed, and even the old hands have also come back. I mean, what can we say? And to say we thank God for such a governor, a man who had seen that, the youth are the leaders of tomorrow. And you can only lay an educational background for such leadership to grow on. And that is why he thought it wise that one of his first area of approach was to activate the remodeling of the library.
Beyond physical infrastructure, reforms were introduced to improve efficiency, accountability, transparency, and service delivery across ministries, departments, and agencies. These reforms have strengthened institutional performance and reinforced public confidence in government.
The international investors are happy. We are happy. More are coming. Plans we have now, by the time we unleashed it, I believe that already the world has changed its belief on Nigeria, on Cross River State completely as a sub-sovereign that can do things. And they know very well that Cross River State is now for real and that we're moving forward.
Effective governance depends not only on policies and programs, but also on communication and public engagement. Recognizing this, the administration of Bassey Otu has strengthened public communication systems to ensure that government activities programs and policies are effectively communicated to citizens while combating misinformation and disinformation. A major component of this effort is the rehabilitation and modernization of state-owned media institutions. The Cross River Broadcasting Corporation (CRBC), which suffered years of infrastructural decay and technical limitations, had undergone comprehensive rehabilitation aimed at restoring its role as a vibrant public broadcasting service capable of delivering informative, educational, and entertaining content beyond the Calabar metropolis.
A few months after we came on board, we got intervention from His Excellency. We also had the problem of reach. Our transmitter on radio was about 30 watt at the time I came, not kilowatts, but 30 watts. So we had a reach, if you approximate the reach from the point of the corporation to about metropolitan, that's about 30 or so. And so that was our reach at the time. But we are glad to say that our reach spans over the local governments in the south and a little into the central, where CRBC picks up the other reach for the north. So this, for me, I think is good. For TV, we partner in Nicomsat and NBC, and so we're on Nicomsat, and that's for satellite. On terrestrial, we are presently installing a terrestrial 1 kilowatt transmitter as we speak, and that's to meet up our audience.
You see, the Chronicle is over 45 years old. The most painful thing is that archival materials, documentary materials of Cross River State for those 40 years have been housed in the library of the Cross River Newspaper Corporation, which was completely razed to ashes.
Alongside this effort, the Chronicle newspaper is also being revitalized to improve editorial capacity, production quality, and institutional relevance in the digital age.
When I came aboard as Commissioner for Information, Cross River State never have a printing press until now. We don't have a printing press. The Chronicle building, where the likes of His Excellency Clement Ebri had worked there before, we had people like Parepo, Sam Amoka had put some input there, was totally abandoned and gone. Totally dead. We have reptiles, bottles, then like a kind of hideout and dark, but you could just take a walk around there. It's near 90% completion. I mean, we're trying to bring it back. Equipment have been procured for state-of-the-art printing press, and then, of course, the furnishing is going on, and we're going to turn that area to kind of an information hub, where everything about information, even what you're doing right now, would actually be, there will be a studio there for you to actually have a very, relaxed environment.
Strong institutions create the foundation upon which economic growth can flourish. To strengthen the state's financial position, the administration introduced reforms aimed at improving efficiency, accountability, transparency, and revenue generation. These reforms have yielded measurable results through improved revenue administration, digital reforms, and efforts to eliminate leakages. Cross River State has witnessed steady growth in internally generated revenue, IGR.
The revenue has increased tremendously, over 300% from when we came in. In 2023, the average revenue was basically at about 1.6 billion. But right now we're doing an average of 6 billion monthly, which is a really, really huge increase. We did not increase what every taxpayer pays, basically, but what we did was to improve processes. One of the things, the reforms that we did was to improve collection processes, to increase administrative strengths, and system transparency and fiscal discipline. Instead of increasing the revenues, we expanded the tax nets. But when you see the kind of reforms, fiscal reforms going on in the states, and you see the infrastructure reforms going on in the state, you know that the state is actually trying its best.
This growth has strengthened the state's fiscal capacity, providing government with additional resources to fund developmental projects and deliver essential services. Through strategic engagements, policy reforms and a commitment to ease of doing business, the administration has worked to create an investor-friendly environment capable of attracting private capital and stimulating economic growth.
We have started first by reducing taxes. His Excellency intervened in the transport sector by reducing the fare, the daily tickets of the cycle operators and the minibuses. It used to be 800 naira a day. He reduced it to 500 naira a day. The land is cheap, quite cheap in Cross River State for you to come and get the land. And the land getting the land documents is another thing. It has been simplified, so simplified. We are digitalizing, the C of O.
Investors increasingly view Cross River State as a destination where opportunities abound, and government remains committed to creating conditions necessary for sustainable enterprise. The administration's determination to revive strategic economic assets is exemplified by its effort at the Tinapa Business and Leisure Resort. Once envisioned as a premier destination for tourism, commerce and investment, Tinapa experienced years of stagnation arising from ownership disputes, underutilization, and extensive destruction following the EndSARS unrest.
It's an emotional moment for me, having come to Tinapa after some years back and see Tinapa where Tinapa is today. There is nobody that will not feel it. That once bubbling Tinapa that will know, Tinapa that used to brag that I'm going to Tinapa. I could remember there was a time after the opening of Tinapa in 2007, I came here and we did a program, and I could remember most of the picture that we snapped then. We used to tell people that we snapped it abroad. So, and coming back and sitting up like this, it's not easy for me.
A major turning point came with the successful handover of the facility by the Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria, AMCON, to the Cross River State government. This was more than a legal victory. It marked the opening of a critical economic and tourism asset with renewed commercial potential. Today, efforts are underway to attract investors, rehabilitate damaged facilities, restore commercial activities, and unlock the vast economic potential of the resort.
Tinapa is going to be a great story. You know, one of our beliefs, in fact an anchor belief, was to make sure that we don't allow any investment that has cost public funds commitment to just lie waste. So much was invested in Tinapa. And when it became clear that AMCON had taken over and the structures were dilapidating, we needed to bring Tinapa back. It took a lot of detailed engagement. It took a lot of explanation. It took a lot of analysis, restructuring. So when we moved into Tinapa fully, it became clear that, look, this story is going to change. This narrative is going to change for good. And I can give you every assurance that by next year, by this time, when we'll be talking, Tinapa will completely be a different place.
The vision is clear: to transform Tinapa into a thriving hub for tourism, conferences, commerce, entertainment, and employment generation. While large-scale investment remain important, small and medium-scale enterprises continue to form the backbone of economic growth and job creation. Recognizing this reality, the administration has implemented policies and programs designed to strengthen commerce, support local industries, and create a more enabling environment for business development.
We've done quite a lot. From ASEBA activities, which is ease of doing business, we've been able to engage the private sector, and we've had a lot of investors that have come in, serious-minded investors, a lot. Practically, we is involved in agro business. And to add value to farmers, we have off-takers. It started with the Project Grow, which we have aggregators and we have off-takers that are there to take the produce from farmers and give them the value. So we try to reduce the interceptions of the middleman who makes most of the money off the farmers. He's done a lot of impassable roads that people never expected would exist, that they were cut off from the world. He's gone and had a bridge.
Through strategic interventions, business-friendly reforms, investment promotion initiatives, and targeted support programs for entrepreneurs, traders, artisans, and small business owners, opportunities are expanding across the state. Efforts to improve market access, encourage enterprise growth, attract private investment, and stimulate industrial development are helping to create a more vibrant business ecosystem.
Where we are standing today is the garment factory. We are all aware that this place was vandalized a couple of years ago during the EndSARS. But when His Excellency Governor Otu came on board, he has been able to revamp this place. And the factory is working optimally. You can attest to it by yourselves. You've seen that production of mosquito nets, different kinds of uniforms are going on here. This place alone has a capacity of employing more than 1,000 crossoverians. This is a true testament to the fact that His Excellency Governor Otu is working and has really consolidated on the giant strides of His Excellency Professor Ben Ayadi.
As local businesses grow and new investment emerge, the sector continues to contribute significantly to employment generation, wealth creation, increased productivity, and the broader economic transformation of Cross River State.
We actually are still ongoing in terms of production, but we can see some of our products.
These are products of this pharmaceutical company. So we are indeed very grateful to His Excellency Apostle Senator Prince Bassey Edet Otu for the job he's doing for perseverance.
Economic growth is sustained when infrastructure supports productivity, mobility, and connectivity. Under the leadership of Governor Otu, infrastructure development has become one of the most visible expressions of the administration's People's First agenda. The journey began with Calabar, where years of deteriorating road conditions, failed drainage systems, and neglected urban infrastructure had gradually eroded the city's reputation as one of Nigeria's most organized and attractive urban centers. When Governor Bassey Edet Otu assumed office, many roads across Calabar Municipality and Calabar South local government areas were characterized by extensive potholes, flooding, traffic disruption, and years of deferred maintenance. Several residential communities had become increasingly difficult to access, particularly during the rainy season. In response, the administration launched Operation No Potholes, a comprehensive urban road rehabilitation program designed to restore mobility, improve safety, and revive confidence in public infrastructure. The intervention targeted critical road corridors and residential neighborhoods that had suffered years of neglect. Today, these once neglected corridors have been reconstructed with modern drainage systems, restoring access, improving environmental conditions, and opening new economic opportunities. Beyond Calabar South, the urban renewal program extended into several long-neglected suburbs across the metropolis. What is emerging across Calabar today is not merely road rehabilitation, but a broader urban renewal program aimed at restoring the city as a leading destination for commerce, tourism, investment, and quality living.
This is Bassey Street. Oh, the road was very bad. We are really happy to see this road like this.
I personally, with my driver, was slept on this road because of the bad road. But thank God for the present government who have taken into interest to make sure that roads are properly developed and well taken care of, so that drivers can enjoy themselves while driving through the roads.
Beyond the capital city, the administration has expanded infrastructure development into strategic economic corridors and rural communities. One of the most symbolic projects is the Adiabo-Eseko-Ikoneto Road in Odokbani local government area of the state. First conceived more than 3 decades ago as an alternative gateway into Calabar, the project remained abandoned due to its swampy terrain and engineering complexities.
It's a very important access as it creates another alternative to Calabar-Odukpani Road. Definitely and hopefully it will bring a lot of development, as usually road infrastructure is #1 development sector in the world. Before we start, there was no knowledge. It was a swamp crossing, and from the inhabitants, people here, the local people, that for years historically no one could cross this place because of the swamp.
Today, it has been revived as a strategic transportation corridor that will improve connectivity and support economic expansion. In Boki local government area, the Boki East-West Road is receiving renewed attention after years of deterioration and delays.
I so much thank God Almighty for the government remembered our road. So the road was, in fact, it used to be bad. Then we used to fall because of the bad road. We used to fall, some even injured. Our bike used to spoil it. So we thank God for the government who have remembered the road.
In terms of comparison, this road was very terrible as of last 2-3 years ago. We were not having any comfortable access to the local government headquarters. It actually hampered the productivity of the agricultural development within the area. Within this shortest time, His Excellency Governor Prince Bassey Edet Otu, in his magnanimity, have decided to hear the cry of the good people of Boki people.
The road serves numerous farming communities and will significantly reduce travel time while improving access to markets and social services upon completion. Further north, the Yahe-Wanokom-Wanekare-Benue border road, which had suffered years of neglect and poor accessibility before the advent of Governor Bassey Edet Otu's administration, is receiving renewed attention as part of efforts to strengthen connectivity within the Northern Senatorial District and improve interstate access. For many years, communities along the corridor contended with poor road conditions that hindered transportation, commerce, and the movement of agricultural produce.
At that time, the condition was very, very terrible, and to the extent that the bike cannot even pass, and even to walk at leg itself is very, very difficult for us. But presently now we are seeing the difference of it from where we are now.
We fixed that road. We had to get it because Ukele people have been crying, and to a point that they came with a popular saying that Ukele must be heard. And Ukele was never heard. And so under the government of Senator Prince Bassey Edet Otu, Ukele have been heard via the construction of Wanihim, Wanikande, Wanihim border roads. And it will interest you to know that that axis have a high level of farm produce. And so with the construction of these roads, I can tell you that the economy of that place have come back to life.
Upon completion, the project is expected to enhance regional integration, facilitate trade, improve access to markets and social services, and stimulate economic activities across the border communities. In Akampa local government area, the urban Nsan Road is opening previously underserved communities that endured years of isolation, particularly during the rainy season.
The Akampa has two concerns 1 and 2. And that in the past, before this project, or what brought the idea of this project, was to bring the two constituencies into one. So joining constituency 1 and 2. And in the past, you need to travel through Akankpa, Odukpani, into Calabar municipality, Akpabuyo, and then you start linking up Akankpa again. And this was a journey that could take up to 3 to 4 hours for you to connect, one local government. But with the Nsanoban road, it's just a drive of about 45 minutes. From the headquarters, you are on the other side of Akankpa. The Obanzan project has actually been a project that we grew up to see. This project has started in the late 70s to 80s. As of today, the entire opening of the entire stretch has been completed. From Oban to Akankpa is open, virgin forest. Several civil works in terms of culvert and drainages has been completed. Over 16 kilometers of earthworks has been completed. Over 7 kilometers of asphalt has been completed. This has never happened in the history of Akankpa. So I will commend His Excellency. It's a thing of joy to Cross Riverians in general, because that same road links to the borders of Cameroon.
Even after the construction, you can still see monkeys around. Tells you that the place was deeply interior. But we thank God today because we are living in a very free road, very wide. Even in the night, we are no more scared. The means of going in was very difficult for us. But now we can access the road deep down, close to the riverside. We are very, very grateful for that.
I am a driver. I spend more than 7 days in this road because all these places, if you finish with this road, if you finish with this area, you go front and you go find something that hold your motor. And if you did not hold your motor, you will find something that break your motor or break your trampoline, and you will spend more than 1 month from here to here. You will spend more than 1 month.
Similarly, the reconstruction of the Ndok Junction Mbebe Okobushiyu Road is restoring mobility across Ogoja and neighboring communities.
We have a stretch of about 10 kilometers that was flagged up. But have it at the back of your mind that the entire stretch of what we have from Nduk down to Idum is about 22.5 kilometers. So the first phase has been awarded, which is the 10 kilometers that we're walking. And the 10 kilometers cut across the stretch of the 22.5 kilometers. Where we are at the moment, we are done with our hydraulic systems, as you can see by both sides. We're commencing our asphaltment from the 0 point to about 2.5 kilometers. And as you make progress further now, you see our earth-moving guys walking stone basin. So by the special grace of God, I think in some couples of weeks, we should be through with our asphaltment from here.
The road before, the road be no fine. But now the road don't fine. Now, before we be enter mechanic every 2 days. But now at least I dey run my machine for long. I never enter mechanic shop. Say make I work for the bike.
That last time where the road be no fine. We been a suffer. We been a suffer well. Some days when they come, if rain dey fall like this, you know if you run. We go find place, park your bike, even to waka for leg self, no problem. But now where this government don't come, at least everywhere done good.
These projects and more spread across different local government areas represent more than road construction.
There's also the Akreha Bridge and the 3 kilometers of road being done towards Alifokpa in Iache. Then come to Goja, my own local government, of which I believe we have benefited from almost the highest number of roads. As you get into Goja Junction, through Abakpa, all the way to Igoli and to Monaya, you can see that the road is done, completed. On the other flank, from Ndok Junction, going to Mbube, which is my hometown, the village, I was there to vote for His Excellency, the Governor, and for Mr. President. I was satisfied with the level of work that has been done on that road.
They represent the reopening of economic corridors, the reconnection of communities, and the fulfillment of aspirations that many citizens have waited years and in some cases decades to witness. Beyond road construction and rehabilitation, the administration has introduced measures aimed at making transportation more affordable and accessible. Through seasonal free transportation program during major festive periods and initiatives to support commercial transport operators, thousands of residents have benefited from improved mobility and reduced transportation costs. In addition, the government of Bassey Otu has embraced the adoption of electric-powered vehicles as part of efforts to reduce transportation costs, promote energy efficiency, and provide a more sustainable alternative for commuters and transport operators. These interventions reflect the administration's commitment to delivering people-centered transportation solutions across the state. The administration's transportation vision extends beyond roads.
It is my singular honor and privilege to cherish forever, to commission this aircraft for service to God and to humanity. Thank you so very much.
In the aviation sector, strategic partnerships and sustained engagements have improved connectivity and accessibility, making Cross River State more attractive for business, tourism, and investment.
I have confidence in the aviation sector. Yeah, they know they cancel flights. No, everything is nice, and I must commend the government for consistency. Because one of the major problems we are having in governance is consistency. When person start project, next person So we'd like to commend the governor for that very act.
Some of us who travel a lot, we know how stuck we have been over the years. Many times we have to rush down to Uyo to take flights, going out and coming in, jumping in and out of speedboats and all of that.
Initially, we have just only one flight coming to Calabar, and people find it difficult to travel. But since the administration of Prince Bassey Edet Otu, we have flight virtually every day. You can go to Abuja today and still come back today, and still come back the next minute, and still come back the next minute.
Enhanced aviation services continue to strengthen Calabar's position as an important gateway into the South-South region.
It used to be a difficult thing, flying out of Calabar very early and coming back either very early or trying to catch up with events either in Lagos or Abuja. Sometimes I have to do a stopover, a night stop in Akwa Ibom to be able to catch a flight. So getting to know that by 10 a.m. this morning I could be at the airport to get back to my city, it was very lovable. I give it to His Excellency, the People's First Governor, for putting the people first in his agenda, providing fleets of aircraft, both Lagos and Abuja.
Well, I like the state government to stay focused and to do what they're doing. We're scaling up in Cross River State, and there's evidence that there's a lot of advancement and development. Let's keep at it and let's make it happen. This is home.
Thank you, Aero. Thank you, Kali. God bless you.
The administration has introduced new aircraft into its fleet for national and regional flight operations, providing greater convenience and alternative travel options for air passengers.
Travelers are now at ease. You can book your flight any day you want to travel, and you get it, except the aircraft is full. Your people can travel from Cross River State, from Calabar to Lagos, to Abuja or elsewhere, and come back when they want to do that.
The Obudu International Cargo and Passenger Airport project represents a strategic investment in the state's transportation infrastructure. Conceived to serve both passenger and cargo operations, the airport is expected to improve regional connectivity, facilitate trade and agricultural exports, stimulate tourism, and unlock new economic opportunities within the northern part of the state and beyond.
I must thank the governor and his visions, seeing project initiated by his predecessor to this level, and is still committed to it. I will always emphasize that our government is not desperate to assign any project attached to us. Our government is to restore Cross River State and our government is to complete all abandoned projects. Graciously, we'll achieve all of this. We've gone around, you're seeing His Excellency stride, and gradually we are coming to an end where the people will really enjoy the benefit of democracy.
And beyond the skies, attention is turning to the waters. The long-envisioned Bassey Deep Seaport project is gradually transitioning from concept to industrial blueprint. The project remains one of the administration's most ambitious economic initiatives. Positioned along a strategic maritime corridor, the seaport holds enormous potential to transform Cross River State into a major logistics, industrial and commercial hub, capable of driving regional trade and creating thousands of jobs.
It's one of those projects we've done in an integral manner so that it will complement other sectors. We had a thematic area, the agric. We've done a lot in agric. By the time we are finishing the seaport, we already have things to export from the seaport. So vessels won't come in and go empty. We've done a lot in terms of our solid minerals to make sure that by the time that comes on. So to some extent, it's going to touch on each and every sector of the economy.
Together, these investments in land, air and maritime transportation are positioning Cross River State as a multimodal transportation hub for regional development. While infrastructure creates opportunities, people remain the centerpiece of the People First agenda. The administration has invested significantly in human capacity development through skills acquisition programs, entrepreneurship initiatives, vocational training schemes, youth empowerment programs, and employment support interventions.
In human capital development too, we know every now and then people are being empowered. Recently, my community people got a huge amount of money after having been trained. You know, they were taken to Abuja, they were trained, and then they got empowered again. After the training, with huge amount of money. Things, amount of money that naturally they couldn't have even accessed in any way. And this, a lot of them have been able to set up businesses, and they're very happy about it.
Young people are being equipped with practical and technical skills that enable them to become productive participants in the economy.
It's a way of me giving back to government. Through the benevolence of the governor, His Excellency Prince Bassey Edet Otu, I was sponsored for this CRJ 700-900 type rating. You know, one of the pilots I was sponsored by the state government to go for that type rating. So I've been a project of government from private pilot license to my type rating. I send continuous appreciation to God and continuous appreciation to the government, to His Excellency Bassey Edet Otu. He's a visionary leader, for his love for the aviation industry and his interest to expand the industry.
Women across the state are benefiting from empowerment initiatives designed to promote financial inclusion, enterprise development, and economic independence. Widows and vulnerable citizens have also received support through targeted social intervention programs aimed at improving livelihoods and reducing economic hardship. Access to quality healthcare remains fundamental to human development. The administration has revitalized the healthcare sector through investments aimed at improving efficiency, expanding access, and strengthening service delivery. Additional doctors, nurses, and community health extension workers have been recruited to serve communities where healthcare personnel were previously inadequate.
When we came on board, in each local government of the 18, you cannot find up to 2 or 3 facilities that had the form to provide comprehensive services. Today, less than 3 years after, we have about 100 primary healthcare facilities that have been revitalized, capable of providing all the basic healthcare services, including antenatal services, including deliveries, including even the care of the elderly.
In the education sector, the administration continues to invest in the future of young people. The sustained payment of WAEC examination fees for public school students remains a major intervention, reducing financial barriers and enabling thousands of students to pursue academic advancement.
A relief of burden
In fact, I have been having a lot of difficulties in meeting up with this payment of the children exam fee.
I feel all right and I feel very happy because that's actually relieved my parents of that particular burden, and it has given me an opportunity to use the money that I'd have used to pay for the registration for another thing that will be useful to both my family and myself.
Combined with investments in educational infrastructure and learning support systems, these initiatives are creating better opportunities for future generations.
We came up with about 16,301 students, and I took to him. I said, this is almost $500 million. He said, yes, we'll pay. And before you knew it, he released the amount, and we paid for 16,301 students of Cross River State origin. And then the second year, which of course is 2024, we also did the same. And we paid for over 14,801 students again. And then 2026 again, as we are, we have also paid again for another 12,580 something number of students. And it has been sustained for the past 3 years.
The establishment of the Cross River University of Education and Entrepreneurship in Akampa further demonstrates the government's commitment to entrepreneurship, innovation, and skills development. Agriculture remains a cornerstone of the state's economy and a major source of livelihood for thousands of households. To unlock its full potential, the administration has intensified support for farmers through mechanization, training, improved access to inputs, and value chain development. A flagship intervention is designed to transform agricultural productivity and strengthen food security. The program is empowering youths, women, and smallholder farmers while creating opportunities in storage, processing, transportation, and agribusiness.
We've done a lot. We have interest for 2 urea plants, urea production plants for Cross River State. We have agro-processing interest. We have interest for agro-processing for cocoa, for cassava. These are serious investors who have come in and have started going through the process. Apart from that, I'm sure you are aware that even Wilma acquired the former Enhoot rubber plantation. It was defunct. It was decrepit. It was not functional. They invested, and then the state concessioned it to Wilma, 8,000 hectares of land. We also have Blue Sky. Blue Sky has come to set up another oil mill refinery with the plantation for 10,000 hectares. And these things have been fully paid, so money has come into the state, and you can imagine the multiplier effects in terms of the jobs.
As agriculture expands, it continues to drive economic inclusion and rural development across the state.
I'm in the carnival.
Few sectors reflect the identity and global appeal of Cross River State more than tourism and culture. At the heart of this ecosystem is Carnival Calabar, Africa's biggest street party and one of the continent's most celebrated tourism brands.
Please don't call my number today. Not today. No, no, not today. Don't even send a letter today. Not today. No, no, not today. 'Cause I'm in Calabar. Christmas in
Under Governor Bassey Edet Otu, the carnival has continued to evolve through innovation, improved organization, stronger stakeholder participation, enhanced private sector partnership, expanded entertainment offerings, and greater international visibility.
Carnival is our thing. We have owned it, right? And so the mere fact that it gets bigger and better every other year, we definitely have to come out here and do what we know how to do best. So it's fun for us. It's fun because the whole world gets to wait for this day to happen. It's fun because the people of Cross River State come out in their numbers to celebrate the carnival.
A defining moment came during the celebration of Carnival Calabar at 20, commemorating 2 decades of cultural excellence and tourism leadership. In a remarkable demonstration of continuity and statesmanship, Governor Otu hosted and honored former governors and key personalities whose contributions helped build and sustain the Carnival brand. Beyond Carnival Calabar, efforts to revitalize tourism infrastructure, attract investment and promote the state's rich cultural heritage continue to strengthen Cross River State's position as a leading destination for leisure, culture, conferences and entertainment. No meaningful development can thrive without adequate peace and security. Through collaboration with security agencies, traditional institutions, community leaders, and other stakeholders, the administration has prioritized the maintenance of peace, law, and order across the state.
The governor has created a leading environment for the Nigerian police force in the sense that there is an open door policy when it comes to security matters. All hands are on deck. There is strengthened collaboration. So that has been the secret for the sustained peace in the state.
Immediately the governor came into power, he made sure that he equipped the security agencies. He brought in strategic people, good experts, professionals that could come together and work together to ensure that everybody is safe. So if you go around from what happened in the past administrations, you cannot compare that to what is happening right now. Cross Riverians move around at night safe, even you have your phones on you, nobody attacks you. It's a thing of the past when you hear about cultism, where young people used to go and fight, kill themselves over nothing. Those are all things of the past. They don't happen again in Cross River State. Armed robberies, theft, those things, not as if they are completely eradicated, but to the barest minimum.
A major component of this effort is Operation Okwak, a coordinated security initiative designed to combat criminal activities, strengthen law enforcement presence, and improve public safety across communities.
The main contract of the state with its people is to be able to protect life and property of the citizenry. Where you can't, there's no government, let nobody deceive you. We have a zero tolerance from day one for criminality. When we came in, it was quite difficult because kidnapping was so high. In fact, at some point, it got to a very dangerous level that all professionals left, even lecturers in the university left, and so on and so forth. But now everybody is coming back. People who left are even coming back to establish their business and so on and so forth.
The resulting stability has contributed significantly to improved investor confidence, business growth, tourism development, and community well-being.
My expectation after retirement, I expect to have a skill I can come back to my community and show my productivity.
Even as progress continues, attention is also being given to those who dedicated years in service to the state. The administration has also demonstrated a strong commitment to the welfare of retirees. For many years, outstanding gratuities and pension obligations represented a major concern for retired civil servants. Recognizing both the moral and social responsibility involved, the administration has made the payment of gratuities and pensions a priority.
And that's why if you look at our retirees, today they look more healthy and more robust than when they used to be. With what the federal government is doing, in terms of allowing some loans, some facilities for them to enjoy. In our state, we also have that. We have that social investment schemes which allows them to still do things for themselves, for those who are strong.
Through sustained disbursement and welfare interventions, thousands of retirees have received long-awaited benefits, restoring dignity, easing economic hardship, and reaffirming government's commitment to those who served the state faithfully.
The training we went in MEDA helped me a lot. So I thank Cross River State government for organizing that program for retired civil servants to boost their business up.
The government help us not to be liability. And what the government help us, they gave us some money, 500,000. And I manage it well. And it's helping me with my family.
The progress recorded across various sectors has earned Governor Bassey Edet Otu and Cross River State recognition from reputable institutions and stakeholders across the country.
Thank you very much on behalf of the Governor of Cross River State and my fellow brothers that are here, members of the National Assembly. We are grateful from Cross River State. We'll keep doing more. Thank you very much.
These awards and commendations acknowledge achievements in governance, infrastructure development, economic management, tourism promotion, and public service delivery. While awards alone do not define success, they provide independent validation of the administration's commitment to the People's First Agenda and its resolve to deliver tangible results for the people of Cross River State.
Not too long from now, Cross River State will see that what they've seen now is the tip of the iceberg. Anybody who's been for Cross River will know that Cross River has changed completely, has climbed the ladder. Many. Now we can rub shoulders with other sub-sovereigns, not just in Nigeria alone, in the whole of Africa and its continent, and even the world.
3 years ago, Cross River State stood at a crossroad. Today, the signs of progress are visible across every sector.
I want to seize the opportunity to congratulate President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his leadership and direction. The country for once has crossed the Rubicon, but in terms of fiscal responsibilities, infrastructure, the country for once has shown seriousness of purpose that we are going somewhere. And I believe in this country, and I believe in Bola Ahmed Tinubu, total, that we are getting there. Cross River State is APC, M Block. We'll give you the votes because we want you to do more.
Welcome back. The documentary wasn't about declaring mission complete. It was about showing the foundation that's been laid. Stronger institutions, reconnected roads, revived assets, people at the center. This isn't about one man. It's about the people who believed change was possible and a government that chose to listen. Last year, I asked if change was possible. This year, you've seen it. This is 3 years of impactful governance under Governor Bassey Edet Otu. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.